Joe is a 21-year-old artist from Ackworth, Georgia, that has honestly been striving for this for 6 years and is hoping to make it. I'd say right now, this guy named Kyle, his music is like really, honestly, it's refreshing. It's like more of like EDM rap. And I would also say like Lil Yachty's new stuff. Like I don't really listen to Lil Yachty, but his new wave of music that he's doing with like Lucky and stuff, I feel like it's really inspiring my sound right now. So I'd say Kyle and Lil Yachty. Or honestly, what stands out the most about me is I think the way I look. Like I don't look like a rapper that raps about drugs and guns. Um, like I look like just some country kid because that's what I am. But honestly, just the way I look, I think stands out the most. Right now, I would say Baby Dawn. He's he was on this like YouTube channel like a year or two ago. He just doing family vlogs, but he recently started making music. It's really honestly like something really refreshing. He's in that whole genre of like Kyle and Lil Yachty. And I'd say right now, if I could get on a song with him, that would really make me happy. Honestly, like in 3 years, I hope to be jumping on stage with all my friends and really just making a living off music. Like that's my biggest part is I want to make a living off music and provide for my family. That's the whole reason I do this. So in 3 years, I want to be really doing this as my job and my career. My three main hobbies right now, the main thing I'm doing besides making music is playing Starfield. That game is probably the best game I've ever played. Like I know it's new, but like that's probably my favorite game. Another thing I do a lot is I'll hang out with my girlfriend a lot. Like 7 days in a week, I'm with her like four. So that quality time is really important to me. Time to refresh. And I'd say the last thing I do a lot, honestly, like I'm a homebody, so I'll sit here and just watch movies, like up to like 3, 4 a.m. just watching movies. Uh, I'm not really someone who goes out and parties, so honestly, I just like to stay in and watch movies and kick back, watch YouTube. That's my biggest thing. Usually, I'll go on like YouTube or BeatStars and I'll find a beat. I'll sit there for days finding a beat. I'm like super selective with the beats I use. That's why I don't put out a lot of music because I can never find like a super good beat that really fits like the sound I'm trying to make. Next, I'll download the beat, throw it into FL, and I'll write the whole song before I ever record something. I never sit there, rap a line, and then yeah, I never punch in. I always like if I have a hook, I'll record it straight. I'll never punch in unless I need to. Um After that, usually it takes me a while to make a song. After that, I get the lyrics down, I get the vocals down, I'll sit there and I'll mix the song for about 2, 3 days. It's just like playing with it, figuring out what sound I want. Cause I'm really trying to make it as best as I possibly can myself. And honestly, the biggest part of my creative process is me just taking my time with it and making sure to have those gaps in between making the music to allow my ears to like refresh. Because if you listen to something for so long, eventually it's just gonna sound bad. You're gonna overjudge it. But if you take a break and you go back to it, you'll probably end up liking it more than you did before. So a lot of times it'll take me a week or two or a month to make a whole song, just because I want to make sure I really like it before I show it. And honestly, it's not a super hard like process, but there's a lot of time that goes into it, and I really try to put my all into it. Trying to make everything perfect. I'll sit there and re-record the same line over and over and over. I'll look in my FL on the side, it's got like 100 takes of the same vocal. So me being a perfectionist, I think holds back me putting out more music instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm not like nobody else is listening to this like I am." So I need to just put it out and really stop overthinking it. I'd say that's my biggest flaw, is overthinking and being too much of a perfectionist with it. Yes. I'll never put, like, I have before in the past when I like first started like rapping about stuff I never do. But like I'll try my hardest to really not just say a line because it sounds cool. I really like the stuff I rap about nowadays is mainly like heartbreak, drugs, and guns. And I've had my heart broken. I dabble in some stuff. We're not gonna go into that. And I own weapons. So it's like I don't really like to do anything fake. I really like to portray like what's going on inside my head and in my life. My first one, this is the guy. Like I know I said Kyle and Lil Yachty inspire my music, but the person who inspired me the most to even start making music would be John Bellion. He's one of the best artists to ever walk the earth, in my opinion. The second being would have to be Lil Peep. Honestly, think he's like, he just really pushed a whole new sound into the music industry. And honestly, to be able to talk to that man and really dive in deep to who he is would honestly change me as a person. And third, I would have to say, pretty generic answer, but I would have to say X. There's not a person on this earth that makes music now that doesn't have some sort of inspiration from that man, because his sounds were just new. Like you didn't hear someone like that before. So to be able to sit down with those three people would honestly probably help me a lot as an artist and as a person. I'd say the person I'd like to shout out is this kid. I tried to collab with him. He didn't reply, but I think his music is like truly like, we're kind of on the same level. Is this kid named Melvin on TikTok? It's like M3LVIN or something like that. I think he would be like, if y'all would check that out, if you like my music, you would like his as well. To the youth, stay in school. Everybody says that. Stay in school. Nah, hold up. Let's restart the answer. That's stupid. Don't do that. Yo, don't. I dropped out. That's why I'm saying that. I'd say my message to the youth is to realize that college isn't the only option. Like, I'm not making money off this, but I didn't graduate high school. I have a steady job, working 40 hours a week. And, you know, college isn't always the answer. I know we're taught that as kids, but you got to realize that chasing your dream can mean anything. Like, you could really make it. Like, if you just go look at everybody else, all these people, they're making it. What says you can't? So I'd really say that if college is something you want to do, then go for it. But if you have dreams, you should chase them, because you know you miss every shot you don't take. So make sure to take them.